Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator and I will be your host for tonight's replay cast between Phoenix Rising, Topaz, and Archon. Going to be setting up here for game number one. I've got everything ready to go. I think I've got the teams swapped properly. I thought it was going to be Phoenix Rising, Topaz in the blue, but it looks like Archon is in the blue to start. So if they swap again next game, I'll go ahead and swap everything over. But for now, I think we're good to go. So let's compare our teams before we jump into our first replay. Oh, that's right, everything's backwards here. So on every other screen, it's all very nice. Everything auto swaps side by side, so the logos are on the wrong sides. Phoenix Rising Topaz is on the left there. They're coming into this match 1-3, 4-6 on the map record. Most played, best maps so far for them, 1-2 on Infernal Shrines, 1-1 on Towers of Doom. Best heroes so far, 3-0 on both Vala and Ana, and 2-1 on Tassadar. Archon was coming into this match at 5 wins and 1 loss, 9-3 on the map record. They are undefeated, 3-0 on Towers of Doom and 2-0 on Battlefield of Eternity. Best heroes so far with a lot of games played on each, 6-0 on Johanna, 7-1 on Cassia, and 4-1 on Ana. Let's head over to the maps. Let you know about the state of the series here. Dragonshire, Volskaya, Foundry were banned away by, I believe it was Archon. And Phoenix Rising, no, that was Phoenix Rising Topaz. Everything's all backwards now. Hanamura Temple and Braxis Holdout also banned away, and we're going to be going to Battlefield of Eternity for game number 1. Should have checked those sides before we started, eh? Oh well. Well, we're set up and ready to go for the first replay, so let's get into it. Phoenix Rising Topaz versus Archon on Battlefield of Eternity. Here we go. Alrighty, loading on in. On the left in the blue, it is Archon. I'm 100%. And there are the players. Virtuoso is playing Anubarak. JTR is on the Li Ming. So I close this right here. Midnight Haze is playing Sylvanas. Little Bex is on Ana. And Fatal Rampage is playing the Thrall. On the right in the red, we have Phoenix Rising Topaz with AoE Rules playing the Tassadar. Mirari is on Deckard. Lothair is playing Raynor. Lean and Clean is on the Diablo. And Golden is playing Gazlowe. Alright, game number 1 is underway. Thrall with that Echo of the Elements quest on 1. Anubarak going for the Regeneration Master. A very, very long quest here, ending in quite a big health spike. And Tassadar, of course, going to be stacking up those Qs as is standard. As Lean and Clean gets the pull onto Virtuoso, but Anubarak's got all sorts of tools to get on out of there. Midnight Haze taking a big piece of damage there from AoE Rules. Virtuoso going right in, getting the double stun twice. The follow-up sleep onto Lean and Clean is good from Little Bex. Going to force Diablo to move on back and start drinking up those Deckard potions, which I'm sure kills him every single time. Being Diablo, getting help from Deckard. That's a little lore joke for you. Checking in on our top laners. Thrall going to be working against Gazlowe. I feel like that is going to favor Gazlowe a little bit. Oh, as we have a Raynor kill in the bottom lane as I'm too busy so focusing off the action. But just thinking about that Thrall-Gazlowe matchup, Gazlowe no longer having mana is a pretty big deal for a solo laner. As we see Archon moving on to this bottom Khazra camp after getting their kill, they claim their prize of a free bottom lane camp. Raynor making their way back to the bottom lane here. We'll be here to clean up that camp. Wave clear-wise looking pretty even so far as Lean and Clean is being targeted down by Archon, and that's Diablo gonna fall. Will not be resetting any souls too early in the game for that, so Diablo's still building up that health and armor bonus. JTR just sieging away at the wall with those magic missiles and the arcane orb. Interested to see if we're going to see Li Ming. Oh, there's the stun onto Lothair. Somehow the orb makes it through the minion wave. And that's the third kill of the game going over to Archon. Checking in on the experience. That's a very early 1,000 hero kill experience going over to Archon. So we see Midnight Haze working on the left side Shaman camp. Very nice start here for Archon. 3 kills in the bottom lane before the first objective even comes through. As level 4 is now achieved by both squads. And we're going to see Phoenix Rising Topaz working on the camp of their own. Raynor did go for Exterminator here on Battlefield of Eternity, so going to be able to help cap those camps all that much quicker, and also burn down the objective with a hard-to-match speed. Going to be going up against Li Ming primarily in the burn race. Oh, the stun from Lean and Clean onto Li Ming is going to put JTR on very low health. Mirari trying to land the root. Oh, will not quite get it. Li Ming warping over that Tassadar War. AoE rules. Not quite enough damage with that shock ray, but that's going to force JTR to back off and use the well. Phoenix Rising Topaz. They've got a lead on this Immortal race with that Exterminator. Or is it Exterminator? Yeah, Exterminator Raynor. Virtuoso is going to find AoE rules in the vent. Midnight Haze is going to start putting out that dagger damage. Golden coming down from the top lane. Lean and Clean is right in there, but possibly a little bit of miscommunication. The race is on for the rest of Phoenix Rising Topaz. Oh, and Mirari is there with enough potions to help clear that away. Force Wall coming out from Tassadar to try to halt and allow extra time to burn. Looks like Golden is going to get away. And here we're going to see Archon put up the defense, try to stop the poke damage, but with Raynor and Tassadar, there's only so much that they're going to be able to do. Lean and Clean able to move on back and work in those Deckard potions. That's going to be Phoenix Rising Topaz with a very healthy first Immortal here on Battlefield of Eternity. Going to see Thrall and Gazlo working in the top lane here. Fatal Rampage using that Feral Spirit to get away. Here comes the Immortal down to the bottom lane, and we're going to see how much Phoenix Rising Topaz can do with this first objective. Usually you just get the front wall. If you're lucky, maybe you get the well as well. But it is level 7 to 6 here for Archon very briefly. 7 talents are about to come in for Phoenix Rising Topaz, and there they are. Objective is just now brought down below shield value. Looks like Phoenix Rising Topaz may not be settling for just a well. Virtuoso going in, getting the knock-up onto 3 members of Phoenix Rising Topaz. They want this bottom fort. All damage is focusing on the main building here. But with the objective gone, the fort still stands. And the well still stands. So Phoenix Rising Topaz is going to have to look for another opportunity to go and do that. Virtuoso is going to spot Lean and Clean on the rotation to this camp. Checking back in on our top lane matchup, looks like Fatal Rampage is starting to get some good poke damage onto Golden. And a very elongated 1v1 up there. Good back and forth from our solo laners this match. Lean and Clean looking for Virtuoso, does not land the stun on the corner. But will force a Nubarak. Oh, the first stun does not land on the Lothair, but the follow-up sleep from Little Bex is enough to slow down Raynor and secure that kill. Big root coming in from Mirari, allowing AoE rules to put some more damage onto JTR, forcing Li Ming to head on back to base. Lean and Clean. Oh, JTR manages to avoid the flip overpower from Lean and Clean. Looks like Thrall is winning this matchup versus Gazlo. We see Golden having to back to regenerate that health. Thrall definitely has the mana disadvantage, but has a lot more self-sustain in terms of self-healing. in that top lane matchup. Lean and Clean could be in some trouble here, trying to get the Feast on Fear value onto Virtuoso. Sylvanas is actually taken down by Lothair and AoE rules, while Anubarak was on the chase. So very nice little misdirection coming in from Phoenix Rising Topaz, and Lean and Clean gets away. Lean and Clean. Objective is up here. Lothair already peppering up this Immortal. But Archon is looking for level 10 here. They're a little bit further along in the race. Fatal Rampage looking to work on that shield as Phoenix Rising Topaz is fully onto this Immortal. And they're trying to force the halftime show before level 10 is here for Archon. Nonetheless, though, Archon has their heroics. It's going to be the Nano Boost, Wailing Arrow, Earthquake, Wave of Force, and Cocoon. Lean and Clean gets the flip onto JTR, trying to get away. Golden and Fatal Rampage duking it out here. The Earthquake from Thrall was dropped, and that is going to be it for Gazlowe. The slow just too much to handle for the Goblin Mechanier, we're going to call him. Mirari and AoE rules. Coming in from the edges, JTR comes right out of the vent, trying to get some damage onto Tassadar. Virtuoso missing with that knock-up. Lean and Clean is all up in it. Level 10 still not here for Phoenix Rising Topaz. This is going to be trouble, and Diablo's going to go down. Kill onto Deckard Cain by JTR. Getting those resets will not find the extra pop onto Lothair. So that's 3 kills for Archon before level 10s were able to be used by Phoenix Rising Topaz. PRT looking at the Archon, the Apocalypse and Stay a While and Listen combo, Gravel Bomb, and Hyperion. For a big siege combo there for sure. So we see JTR and Midnight Haze on the left-hand side just burning down this Immortal. Looks like Archon is convinced they're going to win this race. They give up the defense, and there it is. We're going to have the first blue Immortal of the game pushing down the top lane. Midnight Haze saving the bottom fort for now. Golden is on the way down and is definitely going to be looking for that value. All the members of Archon had to get back to base. So there's going to be a little bit of free burn onto this Immortal as it pushes through this top fort. Already getting the shields taken out. Not even sure the top wall is in play here for Archon. We'll have to see what picks that they can create here. Deckard trying to zone away, finds the route onto Sylvanas. The black arrows are out. Tassadar keeps throwing out those big shock rays onto Lil Bex and Midnight Haze. Cocoon onto Diablo is good. Virtuoso cannot find the burrow charge onto Lothair, though. Thrall on the flank drops the Earthquake, and Archon may still be looking to go in here. AoE rules just working around the edges, throwing out those abilities. Somehow dodging another charge in from Anubarak. All ults sides Wave of Force have been burned on the side of Archon. And they get the wall in about half the fort. No kills to be found, but Golden sneaking this bottom fort for Phoenix Rising Topaz. JTR working around the edges, putting Mirari down to half health. Looks like Phoenix Rising Topaz will manage to grab this top camp. JTR just shelling from the sides, uses the teleport to get away from that scroll of sealing. Things are looking pretty even at this point. It is level 13 here for Archon, but pretty close on structures, pretty even on these team fights thus far. It's going to take a big, or a strong engage from either side with a few extra kills to really ramp up and create an advantage on this map. Virtuoso finds the double stun onto Lean and Clean. JTR coming up just in time. And that's Diablo going down. Cocoon is out onto Tassadar. Lothair and Mirari are being zoned away, and AoE rules pops the Archon, but it's not going to be enough. That's 2 dead. And Diablo's souls are reset. Top fort is down, and Anubarak going in for the burrow charge once again. Lean and Clean wants to find this kill onto Fatal Rampage, but a great cleanse from Littlebex gets Thrall on out of there. Mirari gets the sleep in the background. There's Diablo dead once again. So that's a low soul Diablo and a full death. And there goes Deckard Cain as well. Archon are snowballing this into a huge push. Looks like they're going to cease their push for now and try to get some extra damage onto these Immortals. Immortals will be pushing through the bottom lane here. For Archon. Has to go through 2 buildings, so this may not be a lethal push. Unless they can string together some kills like they were before. We see Archon picking up their Shaman camp during halftime here. We have top, bottom positions for these Immortals. Looks like Phoenix Rising Topaz have to take care of their top lane, take care of their positioning. As Archon is coming on up to start the race. Almost 2 levels down here, Phoenix Rising Topaz. They're looking for an opportunity to come in. Tassadar is here and ready. But JTR, from a very safe distance, is throwing out those magic missiles. There's the Stun Apocalypse combo, but JTR manages to get out of the overpower. Unstoppable used by Midnight Haze to avoid the extra stun after that Gravel Bomb. And that's 2 heroics down on the side of Phoenix Rising Topaz, and Archon still has all the tools in the toolbox. Virtuoso gets the double stun onto Golden. Fatal Rampage in the back. Finds the Feral Spirit combo onto 2, but Gazlo's going to wiggle away. Mirari may not be so lucky. That's Deckard King going down alongside the Wailing Arrow of Sylvanas. Lean and Clean taken out once again. Anubarak goes straight onto Lothar and AoE rules. Golden peeling away with that bomb. But that's AoE rules going down. The counter kill is good onto Thrall. But still a 3-for-1 for Archon here, and they're just going to move back and start up this objective once again. Meanwhile, all this time, the Shaman camp has been preparing the bottom lane. Will be quickly cleared away by Golden. We're going to have a pretty well-shielded Immortal alongside a level 16 advantage, a 2-level advantage for Archon. And all of a sudden, this push may be a lot more lethal than I expected a few minutes ago. Virtuoso, Midnight Haze, already working on this bottom fort, not even waiting for this Immortal. So fort is gone. We're going to be moving straight to keep. Li Ming starting to catch up with the crew. Thrall thinking about joining, thinking about going top lane. Immortal's going to start working on this keep wall. Black arrows are out. They're trying to reduce as much damage onto this objective as possible. Here comes Thrall. Gazlo's still in the top lane, thinking about backing for the defense. There they go. The objective is going to start shelling away at this keep. Virtuoso waiting for an opportunity to go in. Doesn't want to go in too soon, as this keep can do a whole lot of damage to a tank that dives too quickly. There's the Apocalypse. Lean and Clean doesn't find anyone with the Apocalypse, but repositions Midnight Haze. There's the counter Earthquake. Diablo taken out by the Wailing Arrow. Final kill by Li Ming. Golden being targeted by JTR. Oh, and a huge shockwave from AoE rules picks up the kill on Li Ming, but Golden is taken down in response. Objective is on the core, but it's about to fall. It's a 4v3 for Archon, but it looks like they don't feel that's going to be a good enough situation to end on. So they're going to go ahead and back off and start painting the map blue. Picking up this bottom Cosra camp. Fatal Rampage, trying to keep an eye on the right side Shaman camp. Midnight Haze is going to have to go back for some mana. Still 12 seconds till Li Ming's back on the battlefield. Gazlo about to spawn here for Phoenix Rising Topaz. Fatal Rampage, not the greatest camp clear on Thrall, but it looks like the rest of Archon is coming on in to assist. And with this lane pushed in the way it is, there's not a whole lot that Phoenix Rising Topaz can do to catch up to this camp clear. Looks like they're going ahead and taking this Shaman camp while they have the opportunity. Archon starting to come across the map, will not be able to invade that camp. Looking for possibly a bush gank here. Virtuoso, JTR, everyone trying to catch an errant rotation.
I shall land in a moment. As
Mirari, thinking about coming outside the gate. Thinks better of it. There's the Oracle from AoE rules. Will spot the entirety of Archon. They're going to have to go ahead and back off, start up their own Shaman camp, and get ready for this Immortal phase. Thrall in the bottom lane. You have to be careful there, scooting on out through the bottom passage. As Phoenix Rising Topaz, we're looking for the rotation here. We are in defensive positions. On even talent here, so this is the moment that Phoenix Rising Topaz are looking for. They're setting up with those Gazlo turrets. Fatal Rampage could be in some trouble here. Throws out the Feral Spirit, manages to root 2, and it looks like Thrall will manage to get away for now. Diablo is cocooned inside that geometry. Gazlo is absolutely destroyed by the Silence Arrow combo. Deckard Cain falls as well. AoE rules, running over those potions, trying to put out that big Archon damage. But there is these double stun coming out from Virtuoso onto 2 members. Raynor taken down alongside Li Ming. In the back, Lean and Clean trying to get some extra healing off that level 1, but that's a full team wipe. A 5-for-1 coming in here for Archon. They've already got this Shaman camp pushing to core, so it looks like with their 4 remaining members, they're going to go ahead and try to end this game. GG's are called here. Level 20 has just been hit for Archon, and the core is down to 80%. Looks like this is going to be it. There's 60%. Phoenix Rising Topaz are not even really coming out of the base. 30%, 20%, and that's going to be it. Archon picks up the win in game number 1. GG. All right, welcome back. Game number 1 is in the books. Archon victorious there on Battlefield of Eternity. We're getting set up for game number 2, and we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines. Let's head over to the map screen. Remind you of the state of today's series. Braxis Holdout, Hanamura Temple, Dragonshire, and Volskaya Foundry were banned out today. Battlefield of Eternity was chosen and won by Archon. And now Archon is going to be taking us to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. And that's it, that's all I've got for you. We can go straight into game number 2. It is Archon versus Phoenix Rising Topaz. Here we go. Alrighty. Here we go. Once again on the left in the blue, we have Archon with JTR playing the Orphea. Fatal Rampage jumping over that wall on the Urel. Virtuoso playing Diablo. Midnight Haze is on Cassia. And Little Bex is playing Anduin. On the right in the red, we have Phoenix Rising Topaz with Mirari on the Stukov. AoE Rules is playing Tychus. Lean and Clean on the Johanna. Lothair is playing Tassadar. And Golden is on the Malthael. Alright, here we go. Game number 2 is underway. Tassadar once again looking for those shock rays. Lothair playing the Tassadar this game. And Cassia with the Q quest. Going to be stacking up the Lightning Fury on level 1. Right now we're looking at a 5v5 as Fatal Rampage waiting to help with the wave clear, looking to get the knockback, pushes back Tychus and Johanna. Looks like the Iron Skin from Lean and Clean is going to be enough, and AoE Rules manages to bounce on out of there. And that's going to send Fatal Rampage and Malthael up to the top lane. Looking for a possible gank onto Lothair. Virtuoso finds the second stun. The root out from Anduin is good, and first blood of the game going to Tassadar. Ooh, Little Bex saving JTR with that leap of faith. And a well-executed gank by Archon, successful. Just before the 1 minute mark. Likely to see our team start moving towards those Khazra camps any moment now. Gonna go ahead and try to clear away this bottom lane. It looks like Archon are gonna go ahead and start the neutral camp first, trying to time it out so that Tassadar won't get here in time, but here comes Lothair. Looks like Phoenix Rising Topaz are just going to take their opportunity to get that right side camp and allow Archon to grab this bottom Khazra. Checking back in on the top lane, looks like Golden has the better of this engage for the moment. Urel's damage really starts stacking up around level 7, so it'll be interesting to check on the blow for blow at that point in the game. Archon on the left side Khazra, taking their reward for an early game gank, which is the 2-to-1 camp exchange. Lothair going to clear away the first camp in the bottom lane. Left side camp is picked up by Archon, and Phoenix Rising Topaz are going to have to stick around and clear away those goatmen. Left-hand side bruiser camp now being worked on by Archon. Just very crisp macro coming out for our two squads. The first objective coming up in about 10 seconds, well, the warning coming up in about 10 seconds, will be a Mortar Punisher in the bottom lane, as we see Phoenix Rising Topaz starting their own Shaman camp here. Midnight Haze, Little Bex waiting to time out that first Shaman camp. If you can take that camp second, you often have a slight advantage. Taken roughly at the same time here, minorest of advantages going over to Archon there, and that is advantages only if you just leave the lanes completely unattended. The idea being that if you take the camp first, your camp pushes harder and runs into the wall first, and then whoever took the camp second's Shaman is still alive afterwards. But we see our solo laners are up in the top lane clearing these away, so the difference in capture time doesn't matter a whole lot. First shrine is active. We've got the 4v4 going here. Lean and Clean using that Iron Skin to move on in. Pretty even in minions thus far. There's the stun onto Johanna. Does not have the Iron Skin. Has to pop that Medallion Unstoppable. Mirari trying to get Johanna on out and will not work out. As Urel coming in to help out Archon first. Level 7's also here for the blue team. As Malthael trying to pick up that extra soak in the mid lane. Will we see Malthael head back to the top or join this fight? It's like Malthael will be coming on down here. They could still go in. Level 7 has arrived for Phoenix Rising Topaz. But Johanna just now coming out of the base. I think this might be a lost cause here for Phoenix Rising Topaz. Already 33 minions killed. Fatal Rampage gets the stun, pushing Golden and AoE rules backwards. Virtuoso moves on in. They want to find the kill onto Malthael, the overpower onto Johanna. Fatal Rampage is way up in. It gets the triple stun. Lothair trying to cruise on out of there. AoE rules manages to get away. Lean and Clean may not be so lucky. Orphea's on the chase. Tassadar, first to fall on this push. Oh, Fatal Rampage. Plucked from midair by Little Bex. Making sure Urel's not going too ham there. And Archon is pushing hard onto this bottom fort. Golden has retreated to the top lane to try to make up for any lost experience here in the early game. Checking in on that experience, very even on the minions so far. It's really just these hero kills. The 3 in the early game from Archon that you're seeing this big experience advantage. First objective, through the fort onto the keep wall. Lean and Clean catches JTR with the Condemn. But it looks like Archon will be able to wiggle away here. And our double soakers doing their best to get as much experience and deny as much experience as they can. Lean and Clean is going to anchor, allow the rest of Phoenix Rising Topaz to take the right side camp. Virtuoso doing the same for the neutral camp on the side of Archon as we see the blue camp capture here. Virtuoso's going in, is going to get stopped by Lean and Clean. Golden is here as well. Right side camp has been capped by Phoenix Rising Topaz. If they need to take a fight, it's got to be immediately, because Archon's about to have level 10 here. Looks like they will back off and try to soak for level 10 themselves. As Archon is going to clear away this camp, touch a minion, and there they go. We're going to see the heroics being chosen by Archon. We see the Ardent Defender, Crushing Jaws, Lightning Breath coming out for Diablo, Ball Lightning, and Light Bomb. Golden just trying to pick away at Urel. Try to force the mana spent to keep that health high. Phoenix Rising Topaz about to have level 10s here, and there they are. We are going to see the Draken Laser Drill for Tychus, Blessed Shield, Last Rites, Archon, and Stukov still thinking about it here. In terms of that level 10 choice, it will be the Flailing Swipe for Mirari. JTR moving down to the bottom lane. Phoenix Rising Topaz. Playing safe. Not taking too many chances. They feel like their next best chance is the next objective. So we're going to see Lothair starting up this Shaman camp on the right. Midnight Haze and Little Bex cleaning up the Shaman camp on the left. It will be a Frozen Punisher in the top lane next. Should be announced in just a few seconds here. So we once again see Archon waiting to capture that camp until the last moment. And there it is. Malthael maintaining presence in the top lane. Archon not rotating super aggressively, just making sure to scout out the bushes here. Make sure there's no funny business. Phoenix Rising Topaz. They're the ones that need to make something happen. Archon has their advantage. They have the experience lead on the way to level 20. Looks like mostly on the back of the extra mercenary captures, a lot on the back of hero kills. Virtuoso is discovered in the bottom vent. Diablo trying to get away, but there's a lot of extra slows coming out from the side of Phoenix Rising Topaz. Last Rites will not be enough to convert the kill onto Virtuoso, but forcing out the Leap of Faith, that's a big tool down on the side of Archon. Frozen Shrine has been activated. Phoenix Rising Topaz already on top of things. Golden discovered in the vent. But level 13 is here for Archon. This could be a very difficult engage for Phoenix Rising Topaz to deal with. There's the Lightning Breath with the Light Bomb. Hardened Defender caught by Yrel, but Stukov's not going to be so lucky. There goes Diablo in response, resetting those souls. And Lothair dishing out the big damage on Tassadar, turning that fight around. But Archon has Diablo back on the field already. Still 10 seconds till Stukov gets to start moving in from the base. JTR is absolutely demolished there by Golden and AoE Rules. Lothair actually getting the final kill there. I was thinking about AoE Rules Tassadar from last game. Phoenix Rising Topaz finding the extra kill before Virtuoso could get into play. And here comes Mirari on that Stukov to assist. I think Phoenix Rising Topaz have earned themselves a Frozen Punisher here. Yep, Fatal Rampage and Midnight Haze just going to move on down to the bottom lane here. Try to create some alternate pressure. Golden is going to go ahead back and deal with the push from Fatal Rampage here, finishing off that bottom keep wall. But here comes the Punisher in the top lane. Going to be baited over by Virtuoso. They will avoid the freeze. Fort wall being burned down here by Phoenix Rising Topaz. Still a fairly healthy Punisher, just now getting to half health. Structure will not be turned off. Stun goes out onto Virtuoso. Lean and Clean now being targeted by the fort. This could be trouble here for Johanna. Ooh, if the objective turns it off and turns that armor reduce off, allowing Johanna to get away. Fatal Rampage thinking about coming in from the flank. This could be trouble for Yrel. Was trying to come in for the counter engage for Archon, but there's the silence, there's the slow, and there's the kill. Yrel taken out here by Phoenix Rising Topaz. Fatal Rampage wanted to get the counter engage after the after the Punisher went down. But Archon just didn't have the space, and Yrel was kind of caught in no man's land there. We're going to see Phoenix Rising Topaz with their 5-4 advantage start up on the right side Khazra. Probably going to move down to the neutral one as well and claim that experience. There they go. We're going to see Archon clumping up in the bottom lane, trying to get ready for the defense. Yrel is back on the battlefield. Golden just catching up this mid-wave to find the mid-wall. Lean and Clean coming in for the flank, tries to find Midnight Haze. Oh, there's the Blessed Shield with the Force Wall onto JTR, and that's Orphea picked off. Another kill coming in for Phoenix Rising Topaz. The siege in the bottom lane will commence. Lothair throwing out those shock rays. Level 16 is here for Archon. That's a pretty important power spike. Still a few seconds until Phoenix Rising Topaz has that advantage themselves. As Golden trying to work down this mid-fort wall. Rest of the squad trying to get the bottom wall. Looks like they do have enough damage to take out the cannon towers. There's the Condemn and the Silence combo onto Cassia, gonna force out the Leap of Faith from Little Bex. And Phoenix Rising Topaz playing with confidence here. Claiming a space and saying it's theirs. Golden could be in some trouble in the top lane, warps away from the Holy Avenger of Fatal Rampage, but with Virtuoso on the scene, Malthael's gonna be taken out here. Bottom fort is under pressure. Phoenix Rising Topaz. There's the Root Silence combo onto Cassia. Little Bex did not have the Leap of Faith that time. And gets the full cooldown on Light Bomb. Attempting to peel away for the Cassia. Shaman camps are up and available. Fatal Rampage clearing the mid. Lean and clean. Gonna strike some fear into Yrel on the way through to this camp. It is going to be an Arcane Punisher in the bottom lane for our next objective. Archon has the better bottom lane situation, as the keep wall is already down, so this next objective could be pretty big for Archon if they manage to pick it up. Fatal Rampage could be in trouble here. Oh, looks like a camp invade coming in for Phoenix Rising Topaz. They're going to stay off the map for now. Midnight Haze. Think something's up. And scouts the brush. Very nicely done. No members showing on the map here for Phoenix Rising Topaz as they scatter like a bunch of puppies that just got discovered under her blanket. That's going to give Archon a chance to start up this Arcane Punisher pit. 9 kills on the minions so far. But here comes Phoenix Rising Topaz. They've had Archon's number on the team fights so far this game. Fatal Rampage gets the pushback. A Silence Root combo. Oh, Leap of Faith forced out once again from Little Bex. So no more saves in this team fight to upcome. There's the Draken Laser Drill going to be drilling onto Virtuoso. The Condemn is good and Diablo is down. Phoenix Rising Topaz with another big pick on this objective. AoE rules. Ooh, taking some big damage. Cassia and Orphea are on the chase, but Golden manages to ward away the members of Archon there. It looks like we're going to have a red Punisher in the bottom lane. Fatal Rampage up and about, clearing away this Shaman camp on the left-hand side. Golden going to get the Khazra camp, and here it is, the Arcane Punisher of red. Going to be working on this very weak fort and heading its way onto the keep. Shaman camp picked up by Archon. That's going to show where they are on the map, at least where one person is on the map, as they take the safe way and move ahead and get ready for this defense. Golden going to show in the top lane here, not allow that Shaman camp to push for free, but here comes Yrel. Punisher is baited over the wall. It looks like possibly just happy with the wall here is Phoenix Rising Topaz. Virtuoso looking for a combo, looking for a charge flip for anyone that gets too close. Punisher almost completely burned away. This wall is gone. Khazra here to follow up. And will we see an aggressive play by Topaz? Looks like they're going to be happy with their advantage, not push anything crazy. Fatal Rampage manages to get away from the percent damage of Golden. Right side Khazra going to be picked up by Phoenix Rising Topaz. This could be trouble for Golden. He is visible in the top lane, and here they come. Oh, Golden stayed mounted. A very nice play there by Malthael. If Golden had got off to auto attack, Malthael was 100% dead. But stays on the mount, baits the members of Archon to the top lane, and then comes down to rejoin the team. Nice heads-up play coming in from the Reaper of Souls. Looks like Phoenix Rising Topaz are going to make a camp play here. Twilight Archon is popped by Lothair. Looking for something to auto-attack here to keep that going. Left side Cosmer's been picked up. Bottom lane push is being aided by Phoenix Rising Topaz. Virtuoso is actually caught here, but manages to wiggle away before the rest of the team could get there in time. And now mid-fort is going to be the target for Lothair, trying to keep that Twilight Archon up. Virtuoso gets knocked away by the flailing swipe. Cassia Fend is in. There's the Ball Lightning, going to be doing some big damage to the clumped up members of Phoenix Rising Topaz. Virtuoso is right in the thick of things once again, trying to find a way out of there. Johanna's going to go down. Archon's got the better of this exchange for now. Lothair still shelling away with that Twilight Archon. Virtuoso coming in with the Shadow Charge, trying to find Mirari. Last Rites is actually going to get the counter kill onto Yrel. Golden trying to heal up with those soul rips. Warps on through. I think Malfield's going to survive. Level 20 is here for both teams. 1 for 1 in that team fight. So far it's Phoenix Rising Topaz with the structure advantage. The structure advantage starts to mean less and less coming into this late game. Both teams are level 20. And this keep on the right and this keep on the left are definitely softened up enough that whoever gets the next big team fight victory can just go bottom lane and win. Our next Punisher will be a frozen one in the mid lane. So objective likely not going to just march to core even at the 20 or at the level 20 mark. Wave maintenance continuing here for both squads. Jazzaline in the chat, how you doing today? Congratulations once again on the gigantic amount of money raised for the Breast Cancer Research Fund. I had a lot of fun watching that day. I was watching, then I had a cast, and then I was watching again. It was amazing stuff. Congratulations. Teams are going to go ahead and fight over this shrine. The flip on a Johanna forces out the Iron Skin as JTR putting in those Orphea abilities. Golden flipped on back, forcing out the flailing swipe from Mirari. So some good counter abilities used from both teams. Lean and Clean popping the Blessed Shield going on in. Fatal Rampage is the target of Lothair and Golden. Littlebex with the pull to save Yrel for now. There's the Lightning Breath onto Golden. No, not going to end up getting the kill onto Malfield. And Phoenix Rising Topaz, they've got an advantage on this shrine clear for now. Malfield trying to get away from Midnight Haze. Oh, Virtuoso's in the backline. The flip on AoE rules is good. There goes Tychus, but Orphea killed in response. Diablo goes down as well. Gonna reset those souls. Fatal Rampage wants to find Lean and Clean. Littlebex with the pullback to try to save Yrel. Fatal Rampage isn't done until Lothair says so. That's Yrel down. And Phoenix Rising Topaz, they've got this Frozen Punisher pushing down the mid lane. Golden keeping an eye on the rotations, making sure there's no big flank incoming. Twilight Archon from Lothair is up and running once again. 25 seconds on Orphea, 35 on Yrel. Punisher baited over the wall here. Virtuoso going to be low on souls, so it's going to be very tough for Diablo to put up a strong defense here. Buildings are shut off. There's the stun onto the backline. Midnight Haze being healed back up by Littlebex. And this Twilight Archon is at full duration here. As we see JTR return to the battlefield, Phoenix Rising Topaz. Looks like they're going to try to push in an end. There's the double stun. Light Bomb coming out. Last Rites onto one. That's a double kill onto Diablo and Cassia. And Phoenix Rising Topaz aren't done just yet. Littlebex with the save onto JTR. Fatal Rampage is in the thick of things. That's Yrel going down here. 3 kills. Oh no. Fatal Rampage disconnecting at the end there. JTR can actually move through the force wall, interestingly enough. Phoenix Rising Topaz, they want these kills. Littlebex is down. JTR hit by the shock ray. That's 5 dead. The core is being targeted. 60%. And Phoenix Rising Topaz They're going to strike back here and even up this series at 1-1. Unfortunate DC by Fatal Rampage there, though I think that fight was going that way no matter what. Phoenix Rising Topaz. Find the victory. Alright, welcome back. We're getting set up here for game number 3 in Archon versus Phoenix Rising Topaz. The teams did switch for our next map, so you're going to see different colors than the first 2 games. Phoenix Rising Topaz is going to be your blue team, and Archon is going to be your red team for this game number 3. So make sure you keep that in mind if you've been watching the first 2 games. Let's go to the maps. Remind you of the state of this series. Dragonshire, Volskaya Foundry, Braxis Holdout, and Hanamura Temple have been banned for today's series. Battlefield of Eternity was chosen and won by Archon. Archon then chose to go to Infernal Shrines, but Phoenix Rising Topaz struck back and even up the series 1-1. And now it is Phoenix Rising Topaz that's going to be bringing us to Towers of Doom for game number 3. And there you go. You're all caught up. We're going to get ready, get right into game number 3. Let's do it. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. On the left in the blue, this time we have Phoenix Rising Topaz with Golden on the Sonya. AoE Rules is playing the Nova. Mirari is on the Deckard. Lean and Clean is playing ETC, and Lothair is on the Raynor. On the right in the red, we have Archon with Fatal Rampage on the Zool. Little Bex is playing the Stukov Virtuoso on the Garrosh. JTR is playing Zarya. I don't often see a Zarya skin. Midnight Haze is on the Greymane. Did I say Fatal Rampage on Zool? I think I did. Alright, game number 3. Nova having the baseline precision sniper quest. No other... Oh, shh. It's gank time, baby. Virtuoso gets the throw onto Lean and Clean. That's going to be Archon peeling on out of there. I think they were looking for a single person to gank, and they ended up seeing a full squad. So they went ahead and abandoned that plan. It's going to be Sonya versus Zool in the top lane, but look at Raynor in the mid here for Phoenix Rising Topaz. There's the throw from Virtuoso. I've been seeing this more and more on Towers of Doom specifically. If you don't feel like you can beat the enemy double soaker in the 1v1, you start cheating towards the mid lane. You put someone like a Raynor, someone like a Lunara up there to just create some pressure onto that Zool. Big double root coming out. That's going to be Midnight Haze taking a bunch of damage. AoE Rules. Oh, actually thrown in by Virtuoso. Follow-up silence from Little Bex is there. But looks like Nova will manage to move on out of there. We may see Raynor posting up in that mid lane occasionally. We may see Nova going up there to harass Zool. A couple of options available here for Phoenix Rising Topaz. But speaking of siege options, we've got the Siege Master herself, Zarya, on the side of Archon. That's going to be a tough nut to crack here for Phoenix Rising Topaz in the surge or the quest for bottom lane dominance. That was the word I was looking for. Camp's going to go ahead and clash here in the bottom lane. Looks like Zool mostly interrupted on the rotations for now. Sonya, Golden, trying to go ahead and catch up. Virtuoso finds the stun onto Lothair. Wants the throw. Will find Lean and Clean, but the power slide will be enough to get ETC on out of there. Midnight Haze being slowed down. Taking some pepper from Raynor. But it looks like Greymane will be able to get out of there just fine. So far we're seeing Phoenix Rising Topaz just stick around here in the bottom lane. They think Sonya is going to be doing well enough versus the Zool. Oh, well-timed silence onto Lean and Clean, and that's going to be ETC going down as first blood of the game. Was not expecting that kill to come through, but very nicely done by Little Bex on the silence. So we see Sonya trying to respond to Zool here in the top lane. Sonya did take that Hurricane on 4, so we'll be shedding the bone prison of Zool with that Whirlwind. Lothar trying to get away here, wiggling, and that's Raynor going to be going down to the final shot from Midnight Haze. Little Bex spreading around the contagion, healing up the members of Archon. And a very quick objective phase from our two squads. 2 altars going over to the side of Archon, 1 over to the side of Phoenix Rising Topaz. So far we've seen Nova pretty much posting up down here in the bottom lane. Not a lot of roaming opportunities for AoE rules so far. Level 7 has arrived for Archon. Virtuoso trying to interrupt the rotations of Phoenix Rising Topaz up to the top lane. And there we go. We see Nova coming on up to the mid to catch some soak. Throw a little damage onto Zool as needed. But with Nova spotted in the mid lane, we're going to see a big push in the bottom lane from Archon. Taking a quick look at the experience, very even so far. It looks like a small experience advantage over to the side of Archon for now, and of course those extra hero kills certainly do not hurt. We're going to see both teams working on their sapper camps. Archon picks up theirs first, and they're going to start cycling towards this mid lane, making sure none of that precious experience is left on the ground. Right now, Phoenix Rising Topaz looking like they're a little bit on the back foot, looking to try to open up any sort of advantage here. So we have a double altar spawn in the bottom lane. Sonya doing a decent job of catching as much experience as possible right now, but not being allowed to push a lot. So we see a double altar phase coming through. Deckard, does find the root, so that's going to give Golden enough time to grab that altar spawn. Very nicely done. Phoenix Rising Topaz pick up a free one there, and now the fight will be over this bottom altar. Zool's coming down from the top lane. Golden going in there. Whirlwind is already out, so will be stopped by the Bone Prison. Lothar being jumped on by Midnight Haze, the follow-up shield from Zarya, keeping Greymane nice and healthy. Clean and Clean sliding on into the back. This could be trouble for ETC. Face Melt to try to get away. But it's Zool that's going to go down first. Phoenix Rising Topaz keeping up the pressure here. Mirari thrown into the back line. But that's a double kill. Zarya going down here. Phoenix Rising Topaz, they're going to get both of these altars. Very nicely done. Members of Phoenix Rising Topaz heading on back to restore those manas. Restore that mana, I should say. Clean and Clean, trying to interrupt the rotations of Archon. Allow AoE rules to soak safely. Level 10s have arrived for both squads. Over on the side of Phoenix Rising Topaz, we're looking at the Orbital Strike, the Stay a While and Listen, Hyperion, Wrath the Berserker, and ATC still thinking about it here. For Archon, it is the Massive Shove from Stukov, Cursed Bullet, the Expulsion Zone, Warlord's Challenge, and Zool still thinking about it. It is the Mosh Pit coming in for ETC. Zool still holding that pick for the meantime. Looks like Golden will manage to get this top camp, accidentally throwing that spear in the wrong direction there. That's okay. It happens. The taunt is out onto ETC with the follow-up silence. Clean and Clean gets away and manages to do the face melt. Mirari with a big sleep onto 3. ETC mounts up but is immediately dismounted by Midnight Haze. And that's going to be ETC going down to the members of Archon. Skeletal Mages is the ultimate pick from Fatal Rampage. So we see Archon with the tank advantage. Gonna go ahead and jump onto this camp. Golden may not be letting it happen though. Lothair is thrown in. Golden trying to get onto the point. Orbital Strike is gonna land onto Little Bex. This could be trouble. Looks like Stukov being body blocked in by the rest of her team. Good protection there. A 4v5 attempt on the camp from Phoenix Rising Topaz is thwarted by Archon. Virtuoso gets the throw and stun onto Lean and Clean. There's the Bone Prison. Bottom lane single altar coming on through for this objective. Both teams back to full strength. Golden. There's Virtuoso running right into the backline, but still gets the throw onto ETC. Golden taken in by the Cursed Bullet. The root is there onto Garrosh, but with that stacking armor, it's very difficult to kill the big brown orc. Stay a while onto 4 members. Virtuoso trying to get away from Golden here. Wrath is popped. Golden thrown into the backline, gonna just keep on using that whirlwind to zoom on through. And Fatal Rampage will be the first to fall. Nova picking up the final hit on that kill. Golden trying to find a potion. Gonna have to wait for Mirari to finish the channel, and that's gonna be Phoenix Rising Topaz with another objective here. Golden is stunned, thrown back, and killed. In trade for the Zool. 32 shots to 24 on the core. Phoenix Rising Topaz ahead for the time being. Archon does have the level 13 advantage. And the player advantage with Zool coming on back. So we see Nova headed up to the top lane, making sure not too much of that XP falls away. As we now see Sonya and Deckard venturing out from the base. Garrosh looking for any ill-considered rotations through that midsection. Lean and Clean finds the slide onto Zarya, forcing out the self-barrier. Virtuoso, the speed bubble, looking for Mirari, but will not find it. Here comes Nova. Stealthing in from the top lane, will not be revealed by Virtuoso. And here is Phoenix Rising Topaz looking for the defense. Virtuoso in the bush once again, will find Lean and Clean. The throw and stun is good. There's the taunt as well. Follow-up silence from Stukov. What a lethal combo. And that's going to be ETC down. Luckily for Phoenix Rising Topaz, it is only a single altar phase. Unlucky for them, it's another camp invade coming in here for Archon. Golden going to take the opportunity to grab this topside camp. As we see the steal completed. AoE rules. Oh, using that trait just in time. Getting the clone thrown in. The sleep onto JTR just to make sure that the rest of the squad is peeled away for. Little Bex in the background. Going to go ahead and finish up this channel. Channel it. Do it. There it is. 4 shots onto the core. As we see, oh, the throw into Lothair is there. Raynor pops the armor, but it's not going to be enough. Archon picking up another pick here. Underneath the fort of Phoenix Rising Topaz. All the while, though, Golden has been getting some good work done here in the top lane. Using that Sapper Camp to take out the top wall. Throwing a bit of experience against that fort, forcing Zool to head on up. There's the taunt onto Lean and Clean. Cursed Bullet is out. There's the silence, but is pushed out of it by the expulsion zone. But it's still enough. ETC is down. Golden coming on in from the edge. He wants to brawl here. There's the Wrath of the Berserker, but thrown away by Virtuoso. The speed barrier is up. Golden still wants to make use of that heroic. Wailing away here on JTR. Lothair in the top lane, just catching some XP for the team. Fatal Rampage staying mounted, making sure that no ganks can come their way. Virtuoso coming on up to try to find Golden. Sonya with that extra movement speed. Oh, a great use of Medallion to make sure the gank was not converted. As we saw, the rest of Archon was right there, ready to follow up that throw. Triple altar phase coming on through. Level 16 is about to be achieved by Phoenix Rising Topaz. Midnight Haze with the speed bubble getting some damage onto Nova. Virtuoso finds the Warbreaker. Will not find the throw onto AoE rules. 4v4 here in the bottom lane. Looks like our solo laners are going to be happy enough to trade out altars up there. Fatal Rampage and Golden with the Sportsman's trade. Clean and Clean thrown all the way back, right past the Warbreaker. That is a danger when you take that Wrecking Ball range on one with Garrosh. There's a lot of different throw angles that you can create with it, but you also don't get that easy throw stun combo anymore. You got a chance to miss it. As it looks like, oh, Fatal Rampage taking a ton of damage. Gonna get emergency healed by Little Bex and shielded by Zarya. Throw is good onto Golden, taunt onto Sonya, and that's Sonya blown up, but 3 members slept. Midnight Haze is gonna go down. Counter kill onto Greymane. Oh, the Mosh Pit is put on the 10-second cooldown, but Lean and Clean gonna survive for the meantime, as you have just seen. Mirari doesn't get interrupted by Zarya. Oh, JTR is still surviving. Indomitable popped by Virtuoso. Oh, Nova finding the kill onto Zarya there, turning that team fight into a winner for Phoenix Rising Topaz. I'm going to see a brief little siege here from Phoenix Rising Topaz. Lothair locking onto this tower, going ahead and picking up the kill there. Lothair working on the well just in case they don't get this bottom fort, but it's starting to fall pretty quickly here. There's no damage with Virtuoso and Little Bex that can do anything about this. Greymane is just now coming in to join. There's the route onto Lothair. Nice job by Little Bex, making sure the keep was on top of Raynor, and then landing that route. It's going to force Lothair back and save this bottom fort. Meanwhile, Golden pushing in the top lane. Zool throwing some more experience into that mid base. But getting some last hits with that orbital strike. A nice little bit of macro there from Nova. Checking in on the XP there, we see Nova right up there. Nearly 11,000 experience gained behind the Sonya at 17.5. Both sides going to grab their sapper camps. Virtuoso looking for Lothair in the mid lane, but looks like Raynor will rotate safely. It's a double top lane altar phase. Sonya picking up the sappers in the top lane once again. Virtuoso just looking for a throw, but not going to find one. Nova in the bottom lane with Zarya. It looks like Phoenix Rising Topaz are going to pick up the left side altar without much trouble, and the fight's going to be around the right. Golden thrown in by Virtuoso. Will not use the Warlord's challenge. And here we go. Single altar remaining. Nova in the bottom lane. Still threatening to push into this fort against Zarya. So it's a 4v4. Yep, here comes Zool from the top lane. Pushed away by Lothair there.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Bottom fort has been converted by blue team. So Zarya not able to stop the capture. That's going to send Zarya up to this fight here for Archon. Oh, Zarya's going to go back down. Has to deal with those sappers, actually. Checking in on that. Yeah, just one left. Making sure that one extra point didn't go through. And the engage is on. The silence coming out. There's the orbital strike onto Virtuoso. Trying to get healed back up, but that's Garrosh down. Lothair is on the chase here, pushing back the members of Archon. Lean and Clean is going to pick up this altar. And up 24 shots to 7 is Phoenix Rising Topaz. Up 20 to 19. Playing this map very, very well. Looks like Archon is going to grab this bottom fort back. Fatal Rampage being pushed away by Golden for the meantime. Phoenix Rising Topaz thinking about taking this mid keep. Bottom fort, I should say fort actually. Mid fort going to go down here to Phoenix Rising Topaz. Archon takes their bottom fort back. Sonya trying to catch up this lane. It looks like the rest of Phoenix Rising Topaz going to go ahead and take this top fort. Mid fort still cannot be damaged by Archon. Phoenix Rising Topaz up 5 structures to 1 as they try to rotate on down. Without a minion wave here, it's going to be a little bit tough. Looks like they're getting set to move in. Oh yeah, that's right, it's red, it's blue. I was thinking blue can't move in, the Keep's going to kill them. Keep already down below half health. Golden moving on down to the bottom lane to try to possibly look at a 6-cap. Oh, the double throw and taunt. Raynor is down. Lean and Clean could be in some trouble. Oh, Garrosh caught and targeted down by the fort. Great work by Mirari. And Archon takes back their mid fort. It is a solo bottom lane altar. Is Golden going for another Sapper camp? Garrosh down for another 45 seconds, but Raynor is down for 40. This is not a sure thing here for Phoenix Rising Topaz. As Lean and Clean gets hit by the Cursed Bullet, the Silence Root is out once again. Midnight Haze jumps in, and that's ETC down. Mirari with the double sleep. Follow-up stun and silence is good. But Golden may be in some trouble here, looking for another Whirlwind. Deckard has the first interrupt onto Fatal Rampage. And Archon starting to fight back. They're going to get another 3 shots with this objective. Oh, Expulsion Zone onto Golden, popping that big armor, but not going to be enough. That's Sonya down for over a minute here. All of a sudden, things for Archon not looking so dire anymore. They control the entirety of bottom lane. Sapper Camp's still over a minute away here in the bottom lane. Archon gonna move up to mid. With only Nova, Raynor, and Deckard on the battlefield, it's gonna be very, very difficult to push forward. Virtuoso gets hit with the orbital strike. JTR manages to avoid the root of Deckard. ETC is now back on the battlefield. Zool, trying to take back this top fort here for Archon, will do so probably in the next minion wave. Lothair puts out the Hyperion, but there's Lean and Clean being thrown back in, taunted mid-slide. ETC is in trouble under the fort, and that's the tank down once again. Deathmosh onto 2. Can they find this kill onto Virtuoso? They can. It's a tank for a tank. Deathmosh value is achieved. Archon takes back their top fort. Golden is moving on to this bottom fort here for Phoenix Rising Topaz. It looks like we're going back to 3-3 on the structures. And it's a double bottom lane altar. AoE rules starting to put out some damage there onto the retreating members of Archon. We'll see what the trade is going to be. If Phoenix Rising Topaz gets both of these caps, they will win. Though I doubt that's going to happen here. Very well could, though. Archon is coming in for the fight. See if one of them leaks down to the bottom lane to try to get a trade here. But to do so would mean that they possibly give up the team fight, give up the kills. Gonna have to be careful. JTR in the bottom lane is gonna go for the capture to make sure that the game is not lost. Archon gonna have to start backing up here. There's the root. Midnight Haze. Oh, Lothar in trouble here. Greymane on the back line, and Raynor is eliminated by Archon. There's the orbital strike trying to find Greymane. So 1 for 1 once again. The tanks are making their way back to the battlefield. Here comes Virtuoso. Fatal Rampage trying to get away from Golden here. Double throw and stun with the peel. The throw once again. Virtuoso's on a rampage. The third set of throws. Sonya is down. That's 2 dead on the side of Phoenix Rising Topaz. Greymane is gone. Once again, Archon showing signs of life in the late game, pushing back. And they're going to bring the core of Phoenix Rising Topaz down to 13 shots. Phoenix Rising Topaz so close here on Towers of Doom. One more team fight. One more good objective. Possibly see the game end very quickly. Looks like there was a disconnect that got written over on the replay here. Everyone's up and running once again. JTR picking up the right side sapper here for Archon. At this point in the game, it's all about positioning. It's all about getting the engage that you want. Lean and clean. Playing safe for now. Zool in the mid lane along with Raynor. Garrosh has found position in this bush. He's going to come on down though. Wanting to make use of that speed barrier engage. There it is. Speed barrier's out, Lean and Clean finds the pushback, but the stun is there. Indomitable has to be popped by Virtuoso, and the disengage will happen. There are the sappers moving on to this bottom fort. Sonya in the mid, it's going to be a single alter phase again. Virtuoso finding the stun into Mirari, there's the peel from Lean and Clean. Both teams just looking for their opportunity. The root is out onto Greymane. Orbital Strike going to put some damage onto the Worgen War Leader. Phoenix Rising Topaz in a match point situation once again on V10. Oh, there's the Warlord's Challenge from Virtuoso hitting nobody. Lean and Clean going in, finds the interrupted mosh pit. Fatal Rampage is shielded back up. A gigantic stay a while and listen. There goes Zool. Midnight Haze trying to get away here from Lothair and AoE rules. Greymane just getting peppered up. Nova's on the chase. Orbital Strike! That's Greymane down! Mirari is going to get the channel here. Golden being countered by Archon, but using that Whirlwind to just be unkillable. That's 4 shots on the core, and we're going to see Phoenix Rising Topaz move up towards the boss to try to steal this game. Well, I say steal. They've played a fantastic game so far. They're going to use their 2 kills in that fight to move on to this boss. Expulsion Zone is up for Archon. Silent Zone is up for Archon. Virtuoso can throw people off the point. This is not a sure thing for Phoenix Rising Topaz. The 5v3 is here. They're just making sure this boss doesn't leash. Lean and Clean trying to push away the members. There's the taunt onto Sonya. Boss is about to go down. The slide onto JTR is good. There's the expulsion zone, but it's not gonna be enough. There are the shots. A valiant effort from Archon, but it is Phoenix Rising Topaz that take the game and take the series. GG. All right, that is our series. Thank you very much for coming on out today.